It doesn't look like it's live yet, though. It doesn't look like it's live yet. I got it up on my computer and it's not. Okay. There it is. I got it. We're good to go. Eight. It says they can't hear. Can you guys hear me? They can't hear any? Yeah. Looks good. Whew. Yeah, the guys, I don't see how we'll keep up with them comments. We'll try our best. We need a speed reader to keep up with those. AB's working on the sound right now, guys. He'll be up and running in just a second. Thanks for y'all's patience. We appreciate it. What's up? I got it. Oh, you can hear it. Oh, no. AB's working on the sound right now, guys. We'll be up and running just a second.
What about now? Can you guys hear me? Let me know.
You guys put a 7 in the chat if you can hear AB.
Hey,
or a 9.
Huh? I like that.
I said or a 9.
Yeah. Okay, we good to go then, looks like, folks.
Ooh, I like it. We're up and running.
Yes. Okay, everybody saying yes. Okay, check it out. I don't have the comments in front of me. You know what I mean? Trying to have as much room as I can, you know, to cook. So let's just start off like this, like it's a real cooking show. Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, thank you for tuning in to Smoking and Grilling with AB. And check it out. I got to do you like this now, Matt. I got to say, hey, and my special guest is, it's Matt.
You're humble and gracious special guest.
Yeah,
I appreciate you having me on, man. Thank you.
Hey, but we're going to lose all the shenanigans, man, and we're going to talk like we normally talk on the telephone. Hey, homie.
Absolutely.
Hey, all of that, hey, you know what? Listen, I'm in line with you, man, because of what you're doing. It's awesome, bro. And I know that, like, anybody that follows my channel, if they don't already know who you are, you know what I mean? I just want them to be exposed to you and just see, and to go ahead and so they can all hear this part too, that it might be something like this, like a little tour coming on for 2021. As soon as the country clears up.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Hey, don't let me hog this, man, because I'm known to grab the mic, man, and get down and do me. You
know I know you're not going to overtalk it. I'm going to let you do your thing.
Hey, don't slip that in there right there like that. Hey, I like that. You're right. Hey, go ahead and say something, man. Go ahead and do your thing.
No, first and foremost, I appreciate you for, letting me come on your platform and cook with you. We've been, talking behind the scenes for a while now. And like I said, man, you've been nothing but, helpful and just, great dude. So I appreciate everything you reached out to me, and we've been talking for a little while behind the scenes. So this is a long time coming, one of many to come, and I'm excited to cook with you today.
That's right. Hey, so you know what? Since you got the mic already, I'm gonna go ahead and let you just talk about what you're gonna be cooking today.
Cool. Moody, can you pan down for me, sir? So today we're gonna do a bone-in ribeye steak for you guys. This here is a 1 1/4 pound bone-in ribeye I got from Wegmans. We're also gonna do a blackened salmon with a Cajun cream sauce. And AB is gonna be handling the sides for us. So we'll be in good shape across the board. We got your proteins covered. Like I said, we got a 1 1/4 pound bone-in ribeye here. I'm gonna do the salmon for you guys with the Cajun cream sauce for the salmon. And then my Uncle AB is gonna handle the delicious sides that were on the menu. You guys are in for a treat. If you're cooking along with me, you wanna make sure that your ribeye is coming up to room temperature, because you want it to be at room temperature so that it cooks evenly. If you put an ice cold steak in the skillet fresh out the fridge, the inside or the interior of the steak is gonna be rare and the outside will be well done. And we want it to cook evenly. So as it comes to room temperature, we'll be in good shape. So just make sure you take your steaks out the fridge if you haven't done so already.
Hey, you know what? Just hearing that, man, just telling me that I need to like level up my instruction skills. You know what I'm saying? Hey, good job, bro. Hey, okay, so look, you guys got like the main part. That's like the main course of the meal, right? So look, if you guys look down in the description box below this video, you'll see, you know, we put the ingredient list in there for you guys to, for those of you guys that want to cook along with us. And so since he got those main dishes, I'm gonna be doing the sides, right? Just some simple sides. We just leveling up. Anytime you use lobster, go ahead and get it down on this right here. Anytime you use lobster, you know what I mean? This is it right here. I just got it sitting on some ice. This has already been defrosted, you know what I mean, sitting on here so it'll stay fresh, right? I'm gonna make a garlic lobster mashed potato. But check it out. Then I'm gonna cut this, and then we're gonna go ahead and get this nice and red. And then after we get it red, and we get all of the lobster and all of the garlic and everything infused together, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put it right back in there for that presentation. That can go along with that salmon, or it can go along with that with his steak, either one. And then I got some
nice.
I got these baked, you know, these potatoes right here that I was gonna bake. Now, if you guys was following me in my live, I like ran super late. I was supposed to go ahead and have that in the oven, and we don't want to hold you guys here the whole entire night. So if we do have time, you know what I mean, I will go ahead and I'm gonna cheat it a little bit. And I want you guys to let me know in the comment section below, if we don't put this in the oven, how do we cheat these? Tell me your method. I know my method, and I think I'm gonna show you guys that. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get these together. We're gonna do a shrimp. This will be a shrimp. Yeah, we just call it a seafood baked potato, you know, with a little cheese. If I can find some chives, stuff like that, or I use green onions. And then for some veggie, right here we got some asparagus. Super easy, looks real good. I'm not gonna say it's the lightest meal, but if you want to do something special for your family, this right here do it. Now, Matt,
yes, sir.
You want to go ahead and start first, or anything you want to do?
Yeah, we'll go ahead and get seasoning the steak. So for the steak, I like to keep it nice and simple. The good blend of what I call like an all-purpose seasoning. So salt, pepper, garlic, and onion powder. Simple is best with a good cut of beef, in my opinion. So we're gonna just apply a nice layer of salt, pepper, garlic, and onion powder to our steak. Always press the seasoning in. Get that bone side as well, because my wife likes the bone is always hers. She claims that bone when we make these. So got to make sure I season that up for her. Get that fat cap as well. Flip over and make sure we get that other side. Make sure it's nice and even. I'm using a nice flaky kosher salt. That's going to help us get a nice crust on that steak. And some fresh cracked black pepper as well that we put in one little, seasoning container so we can have it all together. Salt, pepper, garlic, and onion powder for those of you guys that are following along. Do it on a plate. It's easier for cleanup purposes. That way you don't get it all over your counter. Your wife will start yelling at you like mine does. We try to keep it clean up nice and tight in the house. I don't want any problems. So there we go. If you're seasoning the steak along with me, just a nice application of salt, pepper, garlic, and onion powder on both sides. We're gonna allow that to come up to room temperature before we start cooking. Mine has been out of the fridge for about 30 to 40 minutes, so we're just about ready to cook. You're gonna wanna also prepare your what we're gonna baste it with. So here we have about two and a half tablespoons of good quality butter. This is Kerrygold grass-fed butter here. And then we got some rosemary, thyme, and some fresh garlic. I'm gonna show you guys a quick tip on the garlic. When you're basting at high heat, you wanna leave the garlic in its skin because that skin protects the garlic from burning up under that high heat. So just leave the garlic in its skin. That way we get the flavor from the garlic, but it doesn't burn up. Take your nice smoking and grilling with AB knife.
Nice.
And then just crush that garlic just like that.
Hey, I see you don't pull.
That's all you got to do to the garlic.
You hear me, man?
There you go. Hey, I'm trying to do my best, man. I'm keeping up with the GOAT.
Stop it.
So there you go, guys. You got your rosemary, thyme, fresh garlic still in the skin, and about 2 to 3 tablespoons of butter. We got a seasoned steak and a delicious dinner on the way.
Okay. Hey, Matt, let me interject right now. Let me ask you this. Are you going live on Instagram also?
No, but we can.
I mean, you can. Look, I went live, and I just want to say, what's up to everybody that's in my live on Instagram. Hey, listen, you know what? I was gonna wait till the beginning of the year before I started this, but why not start now? So what I'm doing is getting my feet wet. So I'm gonna say, hey, welcome to everybody, and thank you for dropping in this live on Instagram. And so you guys know, you know what? I got Mr. Make It Happen. Me and him are live on my YouTube channel right now. Yeah.
I just go to your phone. I just requested to join your live so we can go live together on Instagram. That way, both of our followers will see us on at the same time.
Oh.
Whoever has your phone, just I hit a request button. Just have them hit accept, and then we'll both be on the same live together. There it is.
There it is. I guess you finna pop it in there. So we be live on both platforms.
Okay.
IG.
Yep.
Oh, that's what's up right there. Hey, I'm gonna start calling you Mr. Hollywood, homie. Hey, you got it all. So once
Try my best. Here we go. We're almost there. Moody, why you act like you haven't used this before, bro?
Here.
All right. So
Got you. 1 second.
hey, while you're doing that, look, I'm gonna start off and talk about this asparagus right here. Hey, look, I just got a little asparagus. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go ahead, hit it with a little olive oil. Go ahead and give it a massage. I'll cut it once it comes out of here. But right now, I just want to get this in the oven so I don't have you guys, so it doesn't go like super long. So you guys can see asparagus. Let me wipe my hand, clean my hands up a little bit. We're gonna use just salt and pepper. We're gonna put it in at 350 degrees, and we'll put it in for maybe about 15, 20 minutes once it comes up to temp. So let me wash my hands. So you guys that's out there be asking me, and be leaving them comments talking about how ashy my hands is, now you know why. Because when I'm cooking, look, I wash my hand about 30 times. All right.
There we go. All right. So while he does that, guys, we're going to go ahead and put our oven on 400 degrees because when we cook this steak, we're going to sear it first in a skillet, and then we're going to finish it in that oven. So about 90 seconds per side in the skillet. Then we're going to baste it with that butter and herbs and pop it in the oven at 400 degrees for about, 8 to 10 minutes, depending on your doneness preference, of course. If you don't have one of these, nice food thermometer, I highly suggest you get one. That way you make sure your steak is always cooked perfectly. There we go.
Birds in the way.
All right, so I'm waiting for my my skillet to get up to temperature. Another good tip, guys, when you're cooking the steak or cooking anything at high heat, I really recommend you guys use a high smoke point cooking oil, something like avocado oil, which has one of the highest smoke points. It's about 500 degrees. That way you can get that skillet smoking hot and get a good crust on that steak that we're about to make.
Hey,
so once you start to see smoke come up off the skillet, you know it's just about where you want.
I was gonna say where you at. I have avocado oil, but I don't normally use it. You know what I mean? I know that the smoke point on it, you know what I mean, is high compared to the other oils. But
yep.
I don't know. You know what? I hear that, man, and that's, for me, the jury's still out on that. You know what I mean? Because I still use. Look, I like to use extra virgin olive oil, and that usually works. Works for myself.
Yeah, I mean, whatever. Really, I tell people whatever they got, it will get the job done. I've just noticed that I get the best results personally with the avocado oil, so I kind of stuck with that. It is a little bit more expensive, so when I find it on sale, I try to rack up on it so I keep it, in stock.
Okay, I'm just showing on Instagram. Just all I did was just season, just pepper and salt, for the asparagus. That's it. I'm gonna set this off to the side, wait till my stove comes up to the temp, and then we'll go from there.
Nice.
Now look, what I did was, because of the time, right? I cut my potatoes. Let me just show it. I cut my potatoes. Here they are right here for YouTube. Here it is for Instagram. What I did was I cut them all about the same size, put them on the stove already in some boiling water, and I got them till they were fork tender, just to expedite the process. You know what I mean? You guys, if you're gonna follow along, you can start boiling those right now. You know what I mean? We're gonna have time, but I needed to have them done prior to me getting started, with all the technical difficulties that I always have. Now, that right there, I already strained those. And you know what, Matt, what you got going right now? What you got going?
We're about to start on the steak. So my skillet has just got nice and smoking hot, which lets me know that it's about as hot as I needed to be to sear this steak. So what I'm gonna do now is put in about 1 to 2 tablespoons of avocado oil into my skillet. And then once it gets nice and smoky, we're gonna lay that steak in and get a nice sear on it. I'll show you guys how to do that. One tip I always say is to lay the meat away from you. That way you avoid any splatter. You don't want to burn yourself. I've got marked up on my forearms when I was first learning how to cook from grease splatter. So always lay the meat away from you. And then we're gonna press down to get nice surface area contact for that crust. Like so. Just give it a nice firm press down into that skillet. That's gonna develop a nice crust on that steak, which is my personal favorite part of the steak. If I go to a steakhouse and this is gray and it doesn't have a good crust on it, I'm disappointed.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Give me a small bowl. So what I did right now, look, you guys that was watching, I just took my green onions. I'm just going ahead and chopping these up. You know what I mean? Because I love to garnish with this. I like green onions more so than I do parsley. Just certain things called for parsley. You know what I mean? But if I had my way, actually, sometimes you guys might even think that I'm using parsley. You know, I'll just cut the green tops down, you know, fine, that's all. And, check it out. Anytime that I can use my knife, I'm going to use it. So what you think about that knife, though?
I like it a lot. It's sharp, it's nice, it's got some nice weight to it. The handle's really good quality. I like it. And it's just a dope design, like it just looks cool. That's always a plus.
Always a plus, man. Hey, it elevates my game. All right.
Got a little ways to go on the steak, just looking for that color that we always like. Basically what we're doing now is looking for a color, so like a sear on a good crust on the steak. Once we get that, we're gonna baste it with butter and herbs, and then we're gonna pop it in that 400-degree oven until it gets to about a medium rare, medium at most for me, but you guys cook it to whatever you like in your house.
All right. You know what? Let's get this plugged up.
About to flip this in just a second and show you guys how to baste it.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Give me a little zoom action, Moody. Shout out to my cameraman, Moody, doing a great job. I appreciate you, sir. Going in with those 2 tablespoons of butter. And then the garlic and herbs. We're about to baste this and then pop it in the oven. This method helps prevent your fire alarm from going off because you're minimizing the amount of time that you are searing it, because we're finishing in the oven. I'm gonna get y'all a quick little money shot here at the basting.
What are you doing right now?
So when you baste, tilt the skillet towards you and just flick the infused butter right up on that steak.
That's right. So what, you know what I call that is, I call that, I'm gonna just call that, you know, what everybody does. You know, when we see this from the chef point of view, we call that the restaurant steak right there.
Yes, sir. So we just flick that rosemary, thyme, and garlic right up there onto the top of the steak. And now we're just gonna pop that right into the oven and let that finish up.
All right. So look, while you're doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and just start prepping my bacon, right? Let me just go ahead, get this going to a medium-high heat. Now I'm using an induction top, and this is a cold cast iron skillet, so we're gonna let this get hot. And don't forget, when you're using an induction top, everything is concentrated towards the middle, right? Right here. So with that being concentrated, we gotta wait until that kind of like spreads out. Hey, a pro tip is to put this in the oven, and you let this preheat, then when you set it down, it's ready to go. But we're gonna get some heat in here. I can feel it. It's getting hot right off the bat.
Moody, hand me those salmon fillets out the fridge, please, sir. All right. I'm trying to look in the chat for questions, but it's moving really fast. So guys, forgive us if you can't catch every question. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us this Sunday evening.
Man, it is hot, man.
Make sure.
I've been moving extremely fast since that giveaway.
That's the name of the game.
Name of the game, huh? Talking about
It was a dope giveaway, though. I'm sure everybody appreciated that. You gave away a lot of cool stuff. I'm trying to do me a giveaway here soon too, but that was awesome. A lot of cool prizes. Hand down, maybe, please.
Somebody's checking right now just to see. This is why a lot of people don't do that, but you always want to put your cast iron skillet in the oven. You know what I mean? Just set it in there, put it at 300 degrees, even 350, it doesn't make a difference. Just wait about 10 minutes. Make sure you do it once your oven is completely hot. You know, all the way up to temp, whatever temp you set, sit it in there either 10 to 12 minutes, and then it'll be ready to go. For me, I'm gonna watch it. Once I see it starting to smoke a little bit, that's when I'm gonna go ahead and hit it. Because again, the bottom part.
That's a real good tip on those induction tops. If you're ever using one of those guys, you definitely want to put it in the oven for a bit, because otherwise, like you said, it's gonna take a minute to get hot. While we wait on that, I'll go ahead and. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, look, I did a lot of the induction top. The induction top came to my channel because it's easier for me to film on the counter.
Right.
Okay, look, asparagus. Here it is. It's already seasoned, you guys. I'm getting ready to stick it in the oven. It's already up to temp. So just let me know. You got there? Got that going? Alexa, set a timer for 15 minutes. Then we're gonna check it out for 15 minutes and see.
15 minutes, starting now.
All right. So while we're waiting on that, I'm gonna show you guys how to season this blackened salmon that we're gonna make. So my recommendation is to season the presentation side, or I like to call it the money side, last. Because if you do it first, it's gonna get ugly. We're trying to keep it nice and pretty. So season this skin side. Skin was removed at Wegmans. Hit it with just a little pinch of salt. Then we're gonna go down with a little Cajun seasoning, whatever your favorite is, a little slap your mama or that Creole kick, whatever you guys got. Just a sprinkle of the Cajun seasoning. And then I like to hit it with a final layer of chili powder to give it that nice dark color that we're looking for. So a pinch of salt, Cajun seasoning, finish with a top coat of that chili powder. You can use ancho chili, smoked chili powder, whatever your favorite chili powder is. I like to use, you know, whatever I can find at the time. Switch it up every once in a while, give you a different flavor profile. Start with one simple pinch of salt. Remember, guys, you can always add more salt later. Once you put it in there, you can't take it out. A little Cajun seasoning, and then that top layer of chili powder. That's gonna give it that nice dark color that we look for in a blackened salmon. Make sure it's evenly seasoned, looking good. All right, that's all you gotta do to season your salmon. I'm gonna show you guys how to sear that. We're gonna do a very similar technique to what we did with the steak. We're gonna season it, we're gonna sear it. We're gonna baste it with a little bit of butter, with some lemon juice, and pop that in the oven until it's about 135 degrees internal temperature. And I'm gonna show you guys how to make that Cajun cream sauce, and we'll be good to go.
Hey, that's a winner right there, that Cajun cream sauce.
Yes, sir.
That right there is fire.
I make this salmon with the cream sauce probably once a week. It's one of my favorite, go-to meals. Weeknight meals, nice and quick.
Right. I got a cold one. I'm getting ready to actually do a video. Once we get past the holidays, I'm getting ready to do a video about, I think it's gonna be something like dips and sauces. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna get out with a bunch of different little party ideas, a bunch of dips.
Guys, if you're cooking along, make sure you check on your steak. It's been in the oven for about 8-9 minutes or so, maybe 10. I haven't really been paying that much attention. But we're not quite done with it, so we got probably another 2 or 3 minutes in the oven. Just make sure you keep an eye on it so you don't overcook your steak. Another important pro tip with most pieces of meat, you want to give it a nice resting period. So once the steak's done, you want it to rest for about 8 to 10 minutes before you slice into it. Allow those juices to redistribute so you have a nice juicy piece of steak. If you cut into it too soon, all your juices end up on the cutting board, and that's not what we're going for. So always allow your meat to rest. I know we get hungry and it's time to dive in sometimes, but trust me on that one.
Excellent tip. Excellent. Okay, so you guys can see, look, I got the bacon in here. Look, this is just like really 101. It's just the fact that when we put all of this together and we get this going, you know what I mean? It's just gonna put together something fabulous.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and get my salmon started here in just a second. I'm gonna check this steak one more time because it's just about done. If I can find my pot holder, I don't want to burn my hand. Y'all will laugh at me. All right.
You out here with them brand new fingertips?
Yeah, man. Chef hands, they call them.
Hey, I got it, right? I
My
gotta
steak
say
is done.
something like that just because of the industry I worked in. You know, ain't no telling who's watching this.
Right, that's true. Let me give you guys a quick little finish shot on this steak. We're gonna let that rest for a few minutes on that plate. Cook to perfection. We'll go ahead and remove all of those herbs and whatnot. A little bit of rosemary ain't gonna hurt nobody. We'll leave that on there. Perfectly cooked steak. We're gonna let that rest for about 10 minutes before we slice into it, which is just enough time to get this salmon rolling. Move this hot skillet out the way. There we go.
Looking good.
Someone just asked, is this a versus?
No, this is not a versus at all.
No.
No. Just, you know what, I guess it's more so like real, like meal ideas. You know what I mean? Just something for you guys, you know, to see how easy it is to make, and you guys make it, you know, for yourself.
Let that steak rest. And if you got a minute, AB, I'll go ahead and get this salmon started.
Go ahead.
Ooh.
I'm just actually, what I'm doing, man, is really just like cooking along with you, you know, getting these sides, because these sides are so fast, I'm like just spacing it out.
Oh, perfect. Well, we're in good shape then, because this salmon's gonna take about 12, maybe 15 minutes max. We're gonna sear it, put it in the oven for 8 to 10 minutes. While that's in the oven, I'll do the cream sauce, and then that's really it.
I got you. Hey, what about a cocktail? You doing a cocktail tonight?
I'm always down for that. If you follow me or do my cooking classes, you know that's right up my alley.
Right. That I do know. All right, so we got that going. Let's see. Now I'll go ahead and just take my potatoes. We'll start getting these mashed up. My potato masher, you know where it is? It might be over there. I saw.
Yeah, we'll do that. Or a mule will probably be easier. We got the ginger beer. I don't know if we got any mint. We could check. Either old fashioned or a mule. And finish that off with a cheers at the end.
These are actually soft. No?
No.
There we go. You guys leave us a comment what you would want us to see us cook next time. We got a couple ideas, but I'm always down to hear what you guys think. One other thing, I'm approaching 100,000 subscribers here soon, hopefully, with all of the support from you guys and my Uncle AB with the lookout on this. I appreciate you. But leave a comment what you would like to see for my 100,000. I know AB is getting close to 1 million too, so any ideas you guys have, I'm sure we're always open to those, because that's one of the fun parts of the creative process of trying to figure out what to make next. All right, once your skillet gets hot, as we said earlier, we're gonna apply that avocado oil. Very similar technique to the steak. Looking to get a good pan sear on the salmon. When you're basting any meat, you want to try to find a large spoon. There we go. I was struggling to do for a moment, but I think we're good now. This thing needs some more weight in it. All right, here we go. As we said, Always lay the meat away
Oh,
from you.
lamb.
Salmon going in.
People are suggesting doing some lamb. I've been meaning to
Little
do some
lamb chop.
too. Yeah.
There we go. Always press the meat down so you get maximum surface area contact, give you a nice color. You want it to be even too. So sometimes the salmon is a little thicker in the middle part. So if you don't press it down, those end pieces won't get as dark as the middle. Remember, guys, you eat with your eyes first, so you always want to try to think about your presentation as you're cooking in the beginning. Set yourself up for success.
So suggesting rack of lamb, chops, roast, all those.
Ooh, rack of lamb sounds good.
Yeah. You do.
All right, I like to put a little half of a lemon in there for two reasons. One, it's going to infuse the skillet with some flavor. And two, it's going to get nice and caramelized for presentation purposes. So you get that nice dark char on the lemon when you plate it up. It's going to look beautiful. All right, let me see if I can check some questions in the chat. About 60 seconds on the salmon per side is all you need.
All right.
Looking for a nice color. Let's take a peek. Oh yeah. Boom. That's perfect. Oh man. All right, now we're cooking. All right, butter's going in. About 2 tablespoons of butter. For the health conscious folks, don't worry, you're not going to be eating 2 tablespoons of butter. Most of it stays in the skillet. You just infuse a little bit of that flavor on there. It's the holiday season, guys. We gotta enjoy this while we can. Back to the diets on January 1st. All right, so tilt that skillet towards you. Get some good basting shots. That lemon's gonna infuse that butter as we baste that salmon.
Man,
Make sure you give them both a little love.
You definitely making it sound good. This is just bacon, you guys. I just set this here. Set that off to the side. I'll leave this on top. Catch everything.
And then that's going in the oven. At 400 degrees also for about 8 to 10 minutes or until it reaches 135 degrees internal temperature. There we go. And the only thing left is to do the sauce and a cocktail from my folks that partake.
All right, just so everybody can catch up what I'm doing. Look, mashed potatoes, right? We're gonna make them garlic mash. So look, I just went ahead and hit them just like this. I haven't put nothing in here. The only thing I put in here was just my butter, right? Now I'm gonna go ahead and use my garlic press. If you've been watching me, you know I like my garlic press. There's just something about this right here that just, I don't know what it is that turned me on, you know, in the kitchen about pressing garlic, but it is what it is. This is just 2 garlic cloves. Then, when you do this though, you always got to get yourself something. Let me see, so you guys can see. You got to get something that you can just get that off with. Then when you do it, it's so fragrant. I'm making it kind of slow, just trying to catch up with what Matt is doing. But this right here, we're gonna give this a spin. And that right there is gonna be very, very fragrant. And again, this is gonna be lobster. This is gonna be a garlic lobster mashed potato. Now.
Oh man, that sounds good.
It do, man.
When I come out there, you got to make that for me. I got to try that.
Oh, for sure. For sure. Now, I'm gonna
That's
go
on my request list.
I'm gonna put a little of this fresh grated parm in here. I like to mix before I add my liquid, which would be my little heavy cream. You guys can use heavy cream, milk. I like them more so on the cream side. I know it's a little bit more fattier, you know, for those of you guys that's watching your waist. But look, it make it full. Oh yeah. Look,
Check on the temperature.
Huh?
I said I just remind everybody, quick check on your temperature on the salmon for those that got it in the oven. Don't forget about it. I know multitasking is usually the most difficult part of all of this. but we got some experienced chefs in the chat, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'm liking my asparagus. I'm getting ready to bring it out of the oven right now.
Nice.
And that's up to you guys how you like to have your, your texture. Some like it to be a little bit on the crunchy side. I like mine to be a little soft. So you guys can see, let me see if I can do it, maybe do a demonstration. For Instagram, you can see, look, it's kind of soft. This is the way I like mine. This is in between this and this right here. For you guys right there, just in between this one and this one, no, this one right here. Any of those are good. These are roasted just right. All right. I'm gonna reduce this down and put it back in the oven after it cools. Hey, what do you use to keep your items warm? Do you use 175 or do you use that 200?
Usually, I know every oven is different. Whatever the lowest setting is, I think mine is 200, I believe, on my oven.
Oh yeah, no, these go down a little low. I'm gonna keep it, I got it at 195.
I should do it. I'm about to start on this sauce whenever you give me the green light.
Hey, boom, let's go.
We'll start plating up. My salmon is done, so I'm popping that out of the oven.
All right.
Gonna let that rest for a minute. There we go. All right, sauce time, guys. For the sauce, we're gonna start with a roux. A roux is a mixture of fat and flour. So for our fat, we're gonna use butter, and then we're gonna use a little bit of flour. Let's get this fire started first.
Alexa, off.
Go.
Sorry about that.
All good. Now you want your flame or your heat to be on low for this, because you don't want to burn your sauce. So basically what we're putting in this is a little butter, a little lobster base, which is a product from Better Than Bouillon, which is not a sponsor of mine, but they definitely should be, as much as I use their stuff. This stuff is really good, guys. It's very hard to get that amount of flavor into a small jar, but they do a great job of it. If you haven't tried it, I highly recommend it. And again, they're not a sponsor, so that's not a plug, but I genuinely like the product. Going in with our butter. First, you want to melt that butter for your sauce. Once the butter is melted, we're going to go in with that flour. Cook the raw flour taste off for about 2 minutes or so. And then we're going to add in that lobster base. And then we're going to add in some chicken stock, some heavy cream, season it up, and then finish it off with a little bit of Parmesan cheese.
All right. Hey, look, let me get right in here right now. Let me just say this part right here. Okay, so you guys see where I'm at with the mashed potatoes, right? I'm gonna go ahead and add the rest of my parm, and just the reason being because it's starting to get a little bit on the cool side, right? So all I'm gonna do is take that, and I got my heavy cream right here. I'm just gonna add a little bit, and then we just gonna keep mixing it. One tip that I think this is like 101. You only put a little bit in, no matter what your ingredient is, just a little bit at a time, because you can always add, but you can't take out.
Absolutely.
All right, back to you.
All right, so we just added in that flour. As you can see, it's starting to foam up, which indicates that it's mixing in well with that butter. We don't want any lumps in our sauce. We want the sauce nice and smooth, smoother than this holiday weekend we're about to get. You want to add in a tablespoon of that lobster base. That's going to infuse a ton of seafood flavor into this. I recommend, I know it's kind of hard to find, guys, because you beat me up in the comments about it. But when you find it, make sure you stock up on it. Treat it like an essential item, like people are doing with toilet paper right now. This lobster base.
Oh, okay.
It's by a company called Better Than Bouillon.
Oh, they
so much flavor packed into there. Yeah, it's amazing. All right, so we got a tablespoon of that in there. We're mixing all of that in with our whisk. And then we're gonna go in with our chicken stock, about 3/4 of a cup of chicken stock. After we cook that raw flour taste off, we're just about where we wanna be. Looking good. All right, chicken stock going in. And then you wanna bring that up to a boil. And then once it reaches the boil, we'll reduce it to a simmer, hit it with the heavy cream, turn the heat off, melt in that Parmesan cheese, season it to taste, and you have yourselves a Cajun cream sauce.
Nice and easy.
Oh, this is a million times better than that induction top. Hey, but you gotta start using
having,
this, man.
having gas underneath.
Oh,
flame.
man.
Yeah.
This is life-changing right here. All right, so we reached that boil. You see how thick it got right after we reached the boil? I think I might have turned the heat off while I'm talking. Still on? Good, okay. All right, so now we're going in with that heavy cream. Whisk that in.
Oh man, this smells heavenly. For me, back to these potatoes, it's up to you how you want to do them. It depends on how creamy you want them to be. You know what I mean? I like this texture right here. I mean, I can get them down where they like silk, if that's what you guys like. You just got to keep on using your elbow and your wrist and, you know, in that hand to keep it moving. But for me, I like it like this. So now I'm going to go ahead and just add a little bit of this pepper to it. Nothing like fresh ground cracked pepper, right? And then salt. You know, my channel is all about, you know, having flavor, right? But we got to first train our palate. So listen, we're not going to put a whole lot of salt. I'm going to give it one generous pinch. For something this size, one more pinch. And that's it right there. And then we'll taste it. And then we'll see where we at if we want to add some more sodium to it. I'm going to start calling it like that sodium. Because I think when you say salt, it kind of like gets lost. People are like, ain't nothing wrong with salt. But when I hit you with that sodium, those of us that have to watch our sodium intake, it's speaking to you.
All right. If you ever notice your sauce is getting a little bit too thick, you can always thin it with just a touch of chicken stock. We're looking good right now. We just added in, you know, that Cajun seasoning. To AB's point, you always want to taste as you go and adjust the flavors to your preference because everybody's salt preference is different. Everybody's got different health, you know, restrictions or just, you know, ideas about what's healthy. So always adjust these recipes to whatever fits your needs. That's what it's all about. You take our recipes and make them yours. All right, so the heat is off. Now we're going in with a pinch of this Parmesan cheese. You always want to mix in your Parmesan cheese on low heat or no heat because you don't want that cheese to separate and get all oily on you. So we got the heat off. The residual heat from the sauce is going to melt that Parmesan cheese. We're going to add a pinch of this chopped parsley for some color. And that's Cajun cream sauce, guys.
Super easy, huh?
Super easy. Doesn't get much easier than that.
Now what I did was right now, look, while you were doing that last little part of narration, what I did was I added 2 more pinches of salt. Because you got to remember, you know what, this is potatoes. You know, potatoes can take a lot of salt.
Oh, yeah.
Pardon me. I'm going to set this off to the side. I'm going to need my square plate for this one. All right. Now, what are we going to do now? I guess, you know what? I think I'm going to go ahead and get my...
About to go ahead and plate this up. I'm gonna plate the salmon first, and then I'll slice the steak for you guys, and then we'll do a cocktail to finish after we look at, you know, AB's delicious sides that he's whipping up. And you guys got yourself a whole Sunday dinner.
Whole Sunday dinner, huh? What I want to do right now is tear into these, I want to tear into these, just asparagus.
Nothing wrong with that. You gotta taste as you go. Make sure it tastes good, right?
Yeah, that's right.
All right, let's plate this up. So here, I just got a little generic mashed potato just for, you know, for you guys to see what we got going on. I didn't want that salmon to be lonely on the plate. And then we're gonna plate up this beautiful salmon. Hit it with that Cajun cream sauce. A little fresh squeezed lemon juice. All right, where is my, here we go. All right, coming in hot with the salmon. Let me pick which one is the prettiest. Like to lay that salmon right there on top of that mashed potato. One of you folks hand me no, I got it, paper towel.
You know what, let me put this out the way.
When you're trying to get your plating right, you can always grab a paper towel and just get up any drippings. Keep everything nice and clean. There's that lemon we talked about, looking good. And then last but not least, that simple Cajun cream sauce we made. We're just gonna pour that right over top. Boom. Go around them potatoes a bit. Why not hit the potatoes a little bit too, right? There we go. Clean up our mess on that plate. Make sure the presentation is nice. There we go. Fucking stop moving it around. There it is. All right. Then we're gonna finish it with a little pop of color, just to brighten things up. It's a little chopped parsley. There we go, guys. That is blackened salmon with Cajun cream sauce.
Sounds good, bro. Now we can just get these sides to catch up with you. I'm over here, look, admiring what you just did. I'm looking at it right now with the lemon. I haven't been able really to see nothing that you have done. All right, so we got the mash just where we like it. That's cool. I'm looking at the time, you guys. So look, I'm gonna go ahead and just expedite this process right here. So you want to go ahead? What you saw me doing while he was talking was I just dried this up a little bit because look, when you cut this, it's gonna shed a lot of water and it's gonna be all over your cutting board, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and this is what I'm gonna do. This is the way I do it. You guys, if you've seen any of my lobster videos, this will show you like this. If you look underneath the bottom, I've seen people cut these off and they do all of that. I don't. This is the way I do. I take my thumb just like this. I go between the meat and the membrane up here, right? We just want to run this down this way. I don't know if you guys can see. And I move it back and forth. What I'm doing here is just getting it up off of the membrane. And then these little feet right here, these little paddles, it's got a little piece of meat that you'll see when it comes out. It kind of like goes inside this, and that's how the lobster works. So you know this underneath the bottom. But if you stick your thumb in here like this helps out. You can use a spoon. You can use your, any other of your fingers, but I'm just doing this right now just to get it going. And I'm gonna do the same thing right up here, just to get it started. Now, you wanna take yourself some kitchen shears, right? Take this. You wanna kinda like keep this part, the bottom part of your scissors, up towards the top. Now this is gonna be key. Just keep it towards the top, cut it, and we're gonna cut it all the way. Now look, you don't wanna cut, you see these fins right here? We just want to cut it back to this one right here, this last little rib. That's usually about as far as I go. So that right there is good. Now this is where it get a little tricky. What we want to do is we want to open this up, and then you're going to hear a lot of cracking. If you open it too much, they're going to break. You know what I mean? But we're going to use this. This is why. So with me saying that, you want to get yourself a saucepan. I'm going to go ahead and just fill it up with some water right now. And we want to get this on the stove, and we want to start boiling it. Set this on high. We want that to boil. Let me put this over there.
All right. It's sounding good over there, man.
All right, so we got this.
You got me inspired with that with that stuffed lobster shell you're doing. That's got me inspired. I like that.
So this is where it gets tricky, man. You know what? You got to take your time with this. I got 2 of them here, and I got 2 more in the background just in case it don't go the way we want it to go. But you want to open this up just a little bit. You're going to hear it. There's going to be a reason. It's a method to this madness. You know what I mean? You just want to kind of like get it open, take your time, work it over. You'll start hearing it crack just a little bit. That's okay. Because what I want to do is I want to have this open. And what we're going to do, after we get this meat cooked, we're going to take the meat, put that inside of the garlic mash, and then we're going to put it back in here and we're going to serve it inside of this lobster tail. So you guys see, like, you see this little piece right here? That broke, but that's going to be okay. Now, run your finger underneath the bottom. Once you get that, you can take your 2 fingers here. Once you got it open enough, what we want to do is we just want to get this meat out. Right? There we go.
Looking good.
Kinda. It all comes together once you start boiling it and you get that red on the shell.
While he's doing that, guys, one tip I want to remind you of: when you're resting your steak, I like to rest it on a plate so you can catch all those drippings. And then when you slice your steak, you can pour those drippings right over top of the steak. That way nothing goes to waste.
Now for me, what you guys see me doing right now, this is more so just for making it so it'll be cosmetically looking good, you know?
Right.
All right. So I'm gonna take this, set this off to the side right here. And this piece of meat, let me get one bowl. I'm gonna go ahead and do one more. There you go. Thank you.
Whenever you want me to slice this steak, you just say the word. We'll do that, and
Hey,
then
you know what? Once you finish, I think it's probably best for presentation purposes.
can we go ahead and slice her up?
Yeah, go ahead and slice it up.
All right. So for a bone-in ribeye, you got your ribeye cap here, which has a different grain. So you want to cut that separately. You always want to cut against the grain with your beef, and then you have the eye of ribeye right here in the middle. So what I like to do first is to remove that bone and give that to the wife, because we're trying to keep her happy. So bone is gone. We give that to the wife. Then we cut that top piece off, which is the ribeye cap. Super tender, very flavorful. And we're gonna slice that separately. And then we just do some nice slices here. The smoking and grilling with AB knife is making easy work of this steak. As you can see, that's perfectly cooked for my taste. If you like it a little bit more well done, you're welcome to cook it a little bit further. If you like it like medium well, you can cook it to about 145 degrees. I like mine at about 130, 135. So slice into that. There we go. We can reposition that bone right there just for presentation purposes. Don't worry, the wife's giving me the eye. I want to make sure that she gets that bone. And then you want to make cuts against the grain on the ribeye cap. That's my favorite part, is the ribeye cap. Kind of serve all that together like so. There you have it. Nice medium rare, bone-in ribeye.
Hey, one thing I can tell by listening to you though, hey, you know one thing for sure. Happy wife, happy life.
Hey man, definitely, that is a fact. If you don't take nothing else away from this class, make sure you pay attention to that.
Hey, and the same thing. It don't have to be wife. It could be husband, boyfriend. Hey, look, everybody needs to be on board, and everybody needs to be happy. It just makes everything so much better.
Agreed.
All right, so I'm going to show you guys something in just 1 second. Now that I got this one out, I'm going to show you the difference. The first one, I'll tell you, and you're going to be able to see the difference right here. We're just waiting for the water to come up to boil, to boil. You can see this right here. Look, that came out intact. Look.
Nice.
No breaks. Right? That was the second one. Here's the first one that I did. Remember when I told you about opening it up, you got to be careful. You know what I mean? You can see I went too far and it kind of like broke right here. But this is, hey, nothing to me. You know what I mean? Because when I get through stuffing it, you know what I mean, and putting the meat in there along with the mash, hey, I promise you it's going to be fire. You won't even be able to see that. It depends on how we dress it up. So, we got 2 shells, 2 lobster tails. I see my water. It looks like it's about to do its thing. Let me go ahead and get some of this cleaned up, and we're going to focus on this. Then I'm going to put this on a plate, and just so you guys can imagine, just think about that steak or that salmon that you put together, and this right here on the side with this little bit of asparagus. So right here, this right here will be fire. Now, all right, let me get everything cleaned up. Hey, so earlier you talked about having a cocktail. Where are we at?
Yes, sir. I'm ready to get that up and running for you right now.
All right.
Let's move all of these meats out of the way. Definitely gotta make me a plate. But before we make a plate, we gotta have a drink. So let's go ahead and slide that out of the way.
Hey, so one thing I'm learning right now as a takeaway from me and you both doing this, like cooking sides, cooking the main meal. I think next time we do it live, and I'm gonna ask everybody to vote on this, they can smash the 7. If you guys like to see he and I take a different spin on each video. I mean, like whatever we making, like he can make, let's just say we decided to make pancakes, just using that as an example. If we doing pancakes, we both put our spin on that and show you that way. You know why? Because look, it's too much. I need to talk, you gotta talk, you know what I mean? And
Right.
I mean, what do you think about that?
I mean, I'm sure people would love to see that too. I like that idea for sure. We could do one dish 2 different ways.
There you go.
That way people get 2 recipes out of one, because you might want salmon, but you don't want the same blackened salmon with a Cajun cream sauce every single day. You might want it, a jerk salmon or
Right.
Tuscan salmon, something like that.
Right. Or that honey glaze.
That'd be good
I
too.
thought I'd stick that in there. That's my favorite.
That's a great choice. All right, where's my cutting board, babe? My wife is went from helper to bone eater. She's no longer helping in the kitchen. She's busy eating that bone. So here we go.
Terry said, y'all making me hangry.
I'm making me angry. Hey, what up, Terry? Hashtag for me. What it do? All right, so look, for those of you guys on Instagram and YouTube, what I'm waiting on right now is for this water to boil. You know what? I was just as much as in awe watching and listening. Excuse me, let me say it the right way. Listening to Mr. Make It Happen, because his description is just awesome. Lets me know that I need to elevate my game when I do my descriptions. You know what I mean? So listening to it, look, had me in a headlock too. As you cooking, I can visually see it. And now I sound like some of the people that leave comments on my video. They tell me they can almost taste it. That's how I feel as you was making it. I'm like, damn, I taste it.
That's what we like to hear. So for the cocktail, real quick, guys, we're gonna make one of my absolute favorite cocktails called an old fashioned. So what you need is an orange or orange peel, some cherries, preferably brandied cherries, but we don't have those today, so we're using the maraschino cherries, a little simple syrup, and some bitters. Oh, and a little bit of brown. Well, you don't need the brown sugar if you got a simple syrup. We're good. Where's the muddler? There we go. All right. So what you want to do first is go down with 1 cherry in your glass. And we're going to muddle that cherry along with that orange peel. So peel your little piece of orange. There we go. Throw that down in there with that cherry. Toss in a dash or 2 of those bitters. Super simple cocktail, one of the most original cocktails out there. Especially if you like bourbon, you definitely want to give this a try. We're going to muddle that together to release all of those flavors. Right? And then we're going in with about a half ounce of simple syrup.
Oh, rosemary.
Just to sweeten things up a touch. And then, where's my bourbon? You go in with 2.5.
You can bring me that.
2.5 ounces of bourbon. Hand me a big rock out of there, Moody, please. Probably not that one. That's too big. Get that a good spin around. You want to mix it in there nicely. And then get you some big ice cubes if you have them. If not, just fill it up with ice. Two of these nice ice cubes. And what you want to do is you want to mix it until the ice starts to melt, because you want to dilute this liquor just a little bit. So that ice should melt in. Dilute the drink a bit. It's kind of loud, but we go spin that around. I'm going to hit it with another half ounce or so of bourbon.
Hey, Matt, can you take a pause right there for a sec?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what I want to do is I want to talk about, I got my pot, it's boiling, right? And what I'm going to do, I guess, once it comes up to a boil, what you want to do is just drop your tails in there, and you just want to watch them. You just want them to get the bright red that we all know when we go to the, go to the seafood, restaurant and go. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit, that's a little bit more than a tablespoon. That's about right. That's a little bit more than a tablespoon of butter here. We just want to melt that. And I just want to show you guys this right here. Look, this is that scallion. I just told Mitchie to get me either scallion, it could have been garlic, you know what I mean? But then I thought about this. Rosemary infused, look at that right there, by Branch and Vine. Hey, these infused olive oils are amazing. I'm just gonna put a little bit in here like this. That's good right there. This is one about a tablespoon. All right, we're just gonna melt that. All right, go ahead. Matt,
Yes, sir.
it's all you.
All right, so to finish that off, you want to take one more orange peel, just go around the brim as you guys saw me do. And then you add in that last cherry for garnish. And you have yourselves an old fashioned, nice and simple, just a few ingredients. But that, my friends, is my favorite cocktail. So if you see me out in the street, buy me one of these, we'll be besties. That is the one right there. Old fashioned. Order it next time you go out. If we, obviously that's probably not a good time to say that because we can't really go out right now. But when things get back to normal, that's why we're showing you how to make it at home, I guess. There we go.
While he's taking a break and doing that, look, I'm gonna go ahead and take the lobster tail, you know what I mean, this the lobster meat, and we're gonna go ahead and just add this in here like that. Bring this up to a medium high, excuse me, a medium heat. Now, you guys see them? See what color they are? I'm gonna drop them in the water. I'm gonna do one at a time.
I'm gonna have to take a bite of this salmon. I can't wait much longer. Give you guys a little. There we go.
Now I know this is a new seasoning for you guys. This is what I started my channel on. This seasoning is really out of like Maryland. You know what I mean? On the East Coast. This is that J.O. number 2. Just give it a little flavor, just like you see here. You know what I mean? And we're just gonna move this around, get it to cook. You see how it starts to curl up like that? That's what we want. Even a little steam from the heat on here, that'll help it, that'll help it cook. You can move this around. It'll get a little bit of the flavor from the butter and that last little bit of seasoning we just put in there. Just gonna sprinkle just a little bit on here, just like this. You guys could have put anything on here. I could have used Creole Kit, garlic butter, anything.
That J.O. is good stuff. I tried it based on your recommendation.
I told you it's fire.
In my neck of the woods, we use a lot of Old Bay, but that stuff is just as good, if not better.
Right. Look, I don't take nothing away from Old Bay. Old Bay been around, they done earned their stripes. But I will tell you this, that right here, I give it a strong push,
Shout out to all my East Coast folks. I see some people in the chat talking about Maryland, Virginia, D.C.
Hey,
Shout out to you guys.
I ain't gonna lie to you, they helped me elevate my seafood game.
Oh, yeah.
All right, you guys, look, I'm gonna pull this out of here because it's nice and hot. Look at the color. You can see it wasn't in there that long, but you guys can see that. Look, this is what we want. So I'm gonna get it back up to a boil and I'm gonna drop the other one. I'm gonna put this in my sink and let it cool. Once the other one starts, then we'll put that in there. Now I'm just opening this up like this. I could have cut these down into bites, did that. It's up to you how you want to do it. I'm not trying to do nothing fancy. I'm really trying to just hurry up and get to the end of it. Because if I was making this, it doesn't require a whole lot. This right here, yeah, we're getting close. A lot of times, you know what, when you guys ask us about like cooking and cook times, the more and more you cook, the more and more you just start learning the time as far as by sight and by feel. You know what I mean? I could just feel it. This is lobster. We don't want it to be too runny. I mean, excuse me, too rubbery. So we almost there. What I'm doing is I just open it up. I can feel the way it like bends. You know what I mean? And how it wants to tear, like right there. That's telling me that this is probably about 30 seconds away. This piece right here, I'm gonna put this more sort towards the center. Because this one right here, this is, you know, an induction top. So just move this around like that. I'm gonna go ahead and remove it from the heat right now. And we'll just let it sit in there just for a hot second. By the time I get this next lobster tail in here and get it in this water, I'll take those out. Oh yeah. With the seasoning, the butter, the rosemary, you know, that garlic infused with that rosemary, olive oil, fire.
I gotta give me some of that olive oil.
Oh man, it's a must-have.
Sounds good. We didn't have any mint, did we?
Uh-oh, when you start talking about mint, that means you're talking about presentation.
I was thinking about doing another cocktail, but I don't think I have everything I need for the Moscow Mule.
All right.
Someone said that's me with the paper plates. I feel his soul right now.
Hey, I'm keeping it real. You know what I mean? I got it. Some people go all out the way, break out all of them dishes and all that. But check this out. When this live is over with, you know who got to wash these dishes? That's me and Matt. You know what I mean? So anytime I go ahead and use one of these, look, paper plates, ding, ding, ding.
Always a good move.
Yes, sir. And this one is done also. Probably won't use this one. You know what I mean? Just for the presentation, we'll just go ahead and I just wanted to show it. You know what I mean? What I'm doing is letting it drip. I'll put this one in there. You can see it doesn't take long. Another pro tip. Ladies and gentlemen, this is all about cooking in the kitchen. If you run some dishwater in the very beginning and you wash your dishes as you go, it will not feel like a chore when it comes time, you know, when you finish with your meal. That's normally the way I do.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? This right here, because I was running late, you know, trying to get this live started, you know, that's why, you know, it's like this. But normally, I got water. I'm washing everything as I go. You know what I mean? So usually when my dinner is ready, my dishes are done, except for the dishes that we use to eat off of.
That's a smart move, man. When me and my wife first got together, I used to, you know, try to cook for her to impress her. And I used to hit the kitchen like a hurricane. And then the first lesson she taught me was to clean as you go. So I've learned that the hard way.
Right.
But that's a great piece of advice right there.
All right.
Speaking of, let me clean up a little bit now, see if I can win me a few brownie points where I can get them.
Right. Okay, so look, there's no method to this madness right here. What I'm doing is cutting some bites. Then when I'm done with this, I'm going to sprinkle it with just a little. I think I got some. I didn't say this in the description, but usually when I use seafood, which you guys are going to see me doing a few different things, and this is something readily available no matter what part of the country you live in, you can go ahead and get yourself some pink sea salt. Or you know what, they got pink sea and they got that pink Himalaya. Either one of them are great. I like everything to be on the sea salt, you know, tip though. You know what I mean? So what I'm doing now is just cutting me some bites, and I'm finna tell you what I'm getting ready to do. You guys finna see it right now. You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle just a little bit on here like that. Oh, gotta clean my hands. We almost done.
Yeah.
I was gonna do a seafood baked potato, but this is running a little bit long. I apologize for not being totally ready, but I can promise you this, from the people that's behind this camera, they will never ever let me schedule a live and 2 lives in the same day. Never again.
I think you're doing a great job, man. You got 2 lives out of the way. It's a productive Sunday.
Hey, you know what? Here's my reward, though. You see this right here? Let me get this right here for the Instagram people. Look at that right there. That's a nice bite. Look at that. You know what would be cool? Is if I took these and put a little, ooh-wee, deep fry these bites. This would have been fire. And some kind of Cajun sauce.
Oh, yeah.
Huh! Oh. Sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to do that.
Got to have a snack on the job every once in a while. We got to eat, too.
You better tell them. Hey, the way I was told, that's called chef's choice. Chef's privilege.
Yep. You got it.
We're about 5 minutes away, Matt. I know you out there on the East Coast. I
ain't got nowhere to be, man.
I can hear you and your fam now, like, hey, make sure dude got his stuff together.
It's all good. It's worth it in the end. That's all that matters.
That's all that matters. All right. I'm going to bring this back into play. This has been warm, like, unbelievable. If I wanted something to stay warm, I wouldn't do it. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and put some of this in here. Oh, man. The jail got a nice little bite to it, too. There's so many seasonings you guys can use. You know what I mean? I'm going to go ahead and go with this little green onion top, you know, just to put a little color inside of here, like this. You know what I mean? And I'm still using my my fork, because when you do your mashed potatoes and they just right, yeah. Hey, look, I wanted to show you guys this too. Look, we had bread, but just to give you an idea. We got, oh, I don't even want to open it now. I'll open it when I use it, but you guys can see it. I was gonna make some garlic bread, but I got it. I got it for the next time. Go ahead, hit it with a little bit more of this. I don't know, man.
Looking good, looking good.
That right there. Hey, you know what? Maybe I should have made all the lobster. But you know what? I didn't want to overpower it with the lobster in there. You know what I mean? It's just supposed to be just something to give you a little bite. But the main focus is on actually what you made, you know?
I got a rule in my house that you can never have too much lobster.
Hey, so
we got it. It's got to go down.
Hey, so I go to Costco today. They running a sale right now on they running a sale on that crab. I got crab in there, and I just spent like $200 on some nice crab legs.
Maybe we should do a little seafood. Well, this was kind of seafood segment. We got a lot of seafood tonight. I'll go back and read through the comments and see what everybody wants us to cook for the next one. We'll plan it out.
All right.
The people in the comments are asking about us doing a little travel when the world opens back up and see if we can do a pop-up here and there.
Hey, that's automatic. Go ahead. I'll let you talk about that. I just think, man, if when we come out, if we can work from Texas and work your way, you know what I mean?
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah,
got a lot of supporters in Texas. Shout out to Texas. Shout out to Atlanta, New York, North Carolina, Virginia, obviously. I mean, there's a lot of big cities that, you know, people will probably like to taste a bite or two of the stuff that we've been making on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. Hey, fam.
We're working on it behind the scenes, guys. We'll announce something when, you know, obviously we got a little ways to go to get back to normal, but that's definitely something that we're trying to make happen.
Okay. Now, for this part, I'm gonna go ahead. Let me give me a spoon. And this right here is just about the presentation, right? It's just about getting your mashed potato in here, right? So let me see if we can get everybody closer. Oh, we lost Matt on that one. Matt.
What's that? I'm here.
I lost you on Instagram. Just letting you know. Can you get that a little closer?
As far as it can go.
Put that phone.
Let me see what happened.
Just pick it up. Okay, come on. Oh, I see. Hold on. Let me see. Want me to send you something again?
I got it. Hold on one second.
All right.
We got so much traffic coming to my phone, it froze up.
All right. So really don't have no way to do this. No way to I don't have no method, but main thing is you want to go ahead and get yourself, you can see it's got some lobster right there. You can see some of that green onion top. You know what I mean? So look, we're just going to put this in here. Might get a little messy on your hand or whatever, but it's okay. Now remember, look, this is just going over the top, so that you can serve something, doing something special. We all been eating what we've been eating this whole entire quarantine time. We all getting tired, of eating that. So now it's time to, hey, you can't always go out with everything closing the way it is. Look at this right here. Let's get some of this lobster. You want some
There
of
you
that?
go.
You're going to want some of that on the top.
I just sent you a request on Instagram if you get a minute, but if not, it's cool.
I'll get to it in just 1 second. So I'm going to go ahead and take it, get it like this.
That's looking good.
Damn, it smells divine though too, man.
That's a nice cutting board too.
Thank you. It's got super quiet in here. You know what I mean?
It's a master at work right now. We're paying attention. Now that, my friends, is a lobster mashed potato right there. That looks good. You gonna see that on somebody's menu real soon.
Hey, I got one for you. How about our menu?
I like that too.
I lost the thread there. Can you phrase it another way?
Oh, did you guys hear that?
I'm still not getting that.
Cancel.
If you don't mind hearing about something else entirely, try, what's up?
That's a pricey one right there. That's like a Valentine's Day dinner right there.
It almost is, huh?
Ladies, make sure y'all take your man out and treat him to a nice meal like this. If he cleans as he goes in the kitchen, he deserves it.
Yeah, he deserved it. Right. And then when it comes to the lobster tail, all you guys got to do is just open it up. I wasn't able to get, because of the time restraint, you know what I mean? You're going to have to use a napkin if anything gets over the, on here. But I wasn't able to get to that seafood, baked potato. Not without overstepping, Matt. But I hope you guys can just see. You guys do whatever you do. Follow both he and I. You could tag us. If you make any of this, we would love to see how you do it. You know what I mean? Because I've learned a lot just from my followers, so.
Looking good.
I hope so.
Yeah, guys, make sure you tag us anytime you recreate anything from our channels. All of that engagement, as you guys probably know, really helps, with the algorithms on Instagram and YouTube. Our goal ultimately is to get in front of as many people as possible and teach them recipes and, easy spins on stuff that, people think is a little bit more difficult than it actually is. And each and every time you give a thumbs up, comment, share, all of that is helping us, get in front of more people. And obviously, we really appreciate that. So, we just want to help you guys with some of these recipes. When you recreate them, make sure you tag us because I love seeing it. It's one of the most, this is one of the things that I like the most about doing this is seeing people recreate the dishes and the feedback that they give about the family enjoying them and all of that. That makes it worthwhile to me. Oh, man, my man AB hit it with a spin. I like that move. That looks good.
All right, I just accepted, your request.
There we go.
There we go. Hey, you guys, look, I am sorry that it took so long. You know what I mean? But, hey, at least we got it out. I'm ready to eat this asparagus, though. Hey, You know what? So let me lift it up and show
All right.
everybody on Instagram. You know what I mean? This is it right here. Cool little presentation. Doesn't take a lot. It seemed like I did a lot and it took a long time, but it doesn't. When you're not filming or you know what I mean, I'm trying to work with somebody else, this is the way it is. But I probably need to work on my presentation, you know, work on my speed, stuff like that. Maybe I better stick to them videos, man. Oh, man.
I think it came out good, man. I appreciate the opportunity to hang out with you and cook. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. I'd love to do it again with you anytime.
Oh, for sure. Hold on. We about to wrap it up in just 1 second. Let me just get this camera back in here like that. You can flip it up. All right. Do you need to see where I'm at? Get it all the way up on me. And, hey, so check it out. It's been a pleasure. I'm sure I'm going to go back and rewatch this myself so I can learn a little bit from it. You know what I mean? Take a look at the comments, you know, get some feedback from you guys, see what you guys want to see. I promise you, with each live that he and I do, no matter if it's a live, it's a video together, or we standing side by side in the same kitchen, I just want to let you know, hey, folks, that's fitting to happen. Hey, Instagram, that's getting ready to happen. You know what I mean? So
Yes, sir.
Let the country open up. You know what I mean? We can put some miles on it, and we'll go from there. Hey, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to him. If you guys are not subscribed to Mr. Make It Happen, go by and take a look at his channel. Hey, what he got to offer is awesome. You know what I mean? I still want to say it like this because I know, hey, I wouldn't be myself, Matt, if I didn't say this. I just made a cheesecake. I mean, I made a peach cobbler, and it did kind of good, right? But it was just it's a peach cobbler. It's good. I can't take nothing away from it. But I saw what you did with that peach cobbler cheesecake. So all I can tell
Yes,
you
sir.
is, man, your days is numbered, man. I'm coming for you. You know what I mean? A little friendly get down. You know what I'm saying?
Let's do it. I
Hey,
like that.
Yeah. Hey, go ahead. Say what you want to say. Hey, it was a pleasure, bro, working with you. I'll hit you once this live is over with. Instagram, I just want to say, hey, thank you guys. This is my first live on Instagram. Hey, ain't never done it. And hey, you know what? To be honest with you, this is all Mr. Make It Happen. He helped me with all of this, told me how to do it. And after this, you know, now I can hit the ground running. You know what I mean? So,
Yes,
hey,
sir.
we moving. Go ahead. Go ahead, Matt. It's all yours.
Cool, man. I just want to thank you again for the opportunity to hang out with you on this beautiful Sunday evening, cook some delicious food. Hope you guys enjoyed the recipe. We did, you know, blackened salmon. We did a bone-in ribeye. AB killed it with the lobster mash. Hope you guys really enjoyed it. If you do, you know, please leave a comment. Let us know what you want to see us cook next. Because like AB said, we're planning on doing some of these where we're in the same kitchen together. Maybe travel around a little bit, do a pop-up shop here and there, let you guys, you know, taste some of this delicious food. You know, if you have a second, please make sure you know, leave a comment, give us a thumbs up, stop by my channel, type in Mr. Make It Happen in the search bar, or just, you know, check the tag out there in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I'm getting real close to 100,000 subscribers, which is a huge milestone for me. I'm trying to catch up with my guy AB, who's getting close to 1 million. So if you're from my channel, please make sure you subscribe to his as well, because he does a lot of dope recipes also. And, you know, like I said, I appreciate you for the opportunity. I look forward to, you know, doing more of these with you.
Hey, that's what's up, man. Hey, well said. And with that being said, maybe I'll pick up just right here and just drop it and walk off. Hey, no, sir, I'm finna eat this. Hey, so with that being
Yes,
said,
sir.
you guys, hey, thank you, Instagram, YouTube. You know what? Something that don't nobody ever say, Matt, is, hey, I'm grateful for YouTube. You know what? Thank you to YouTube for providing us with a platform that we can reach so many people, though. You know what I mean? We reaching people all over the country, all over the globe. You know, and I just want to say, hey, thank you to them too. Hey, so for
Absolutely.
me, I'm not gonna over talk it. I'm gonna let you end it, and when you do, I'm gonna hit end stream. But for me, I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.
All right. You guys have a safe and happy holidays. If I don't see you or you don't see me, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. And I hope you guys, you know, stay safe, get some time to relax. And thanks for hanging out with us this Sunday. We'll see you next time.
That's right.
I'm going to eat this, though.